to this computer. Perfect. All right, for everybody who is just joining with us, we have Adrienne Lijoma. She writes under the pen name of Jess Vaughn Writes. She's joining us from North Carolina. Is it Cary, North Carolina?
It is scary.
Very nice, very nice. So she is an accomplished, let me see if I get it right. You're an author. You write greeting cards and let me see, children's books, poetry, and what else am I missing there?
I think that's it for now. Well, children's books and mid-grade fiction and
That's
adult urban contemporary. No,
urban contemporary.
manuscripts.
Oh,
We're still
wow.
working on the
Okay.
manuscripts. We've published the poetry. I've published a little
Okay.
children's book, and I have some wonderful ones that are in the works right now with a
Very
local
nice.
artist here,
Now,
Melina. Malini Goel is a wonderful lady that I met, and she's going
very
to be my
nice.
new illustrator. So,
Wow, that's incredible. Well, round of applause for your illustrator.
absolutely.
Now, just real quick, I'm going to check in. Somebody said no sound. Are you all getting sound? Somebody says no sound. Tanisha Mason, I can put
Hey,
in your Facebook group.
Tanisha.
Thank you so much.
Hi.
Hey, hey
Hi.
there. So happy to be here. Yes, I have sound. Thank you. I just went out and came back in.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. 'Cause there's no sound. Oh, you maybe. Oh, you we have sound. Maybe she didn't have sound.
Glad to hear your
Uh,
voice. Hey, Spring. Hey, Kia. Hey, everybody. Thank you. Thank you
crazy.
for coming along.
Absolutely. We've got so much to catch up on because I mean, you dressed up for the occasion, and I even went out. I was like, I can't be wearing no t-shirt and jeans. I was like, it was hot, but I was like, you know what? It's worth it. She's all dressed up, all dolled up, and we figured,
Oh,
you know what? We're gonna hear some wonderful pieces. And earlier you were speaking that you said that you tend to favor the iambic pentameter. Would you like to explain that for a couple of us?
I just think it's subconscious. It's not that I planned it. I didn't even know what it was
Hmm.
up until 2018. That's 2018. I started working on um, a book specifically for my grandmother, and I started to try to study the different forms of poetry. And as I was reading some, I'm like, oh, that's me. That's what I do. Oh, that's me. Quatrains and couplets, and I never knew the names of these things at all.
Would you like
And
to explain a few of these terms for the regular people that we don't know as much about?
so some, like for instance, here's one called a palindrome.
Okay.
A palindrome, and I love these. It is a type of poem that reads the same way backwards and forwards. So it says it includes such words as noon and tot and pop, but the poetry starts off, like for instance, I have one that the first line is poetry breathes life. When I get to the end, it's life breathes poetry. So you're going down the line and you get midways and it starts to go backwards. I'll give you just a piece of this. Poetry breathes life, hearts awakening in gifted prose, emotions created and lived or seen experiences, heartache or pain, fear, anger, wonderment of joy and love, rhythm of made words, recorded remembrances and generations past, like a newborn, breath, newborn, like past generations of remembrances recorded, words made of rhythm, love and joy and wonderment, anger, fear, pain, and heartache, experiences seen or lived in created emotions, prose gifted in awakening hearts, life breathes poetry. So poetry breathes life, life breathes. So it just comes in and it turns around and goes out backwards. So
And you're
I
quite
love that.
prolific, and I can attest to that because we were kind of riffing during the week, and you asked me if I wrote poetry, and I said I used to toy around with it, and I kind of gave her a phrase. It was
Ah,
similar to that, right?
yes,
Going,
yes, yes.
oh,
That sound, it's a play on words. Um, not it doesn't mean what it sounds like initially, but
mhm.
as the person listens in, they
Right.
will find out.
So if it goes backwards, it's kind of like a palindrome where I put a sentence rect, the word rect, if I,
Hmm.
ellipsis, rect
Hmm.
if I did this, right? But the
Right,
word
right,
rectify is to fix. So the
right.
word rectify goes completely against rectify. One is chaos and the other one is brings back to order, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if did you end up taking the challenge and collaborating or writing
Oh, I
that?
did.
You
I
did?
did.
Wow.
I
So what do
did.
you guys think about that? What do you think about, the turn of phrase rectify? And then what do you think of what she's going to do with it? Will she resolve that? Because
Uh-huh.
sometimes within some poems we'll state kind of an issue, right? We create a tension and then we resolve that tension. Is that kind of what you do?
In that case, often I can say yes, because in a lot of my work, even if like one of my publications, one of my books, even if I am trying to purge something, and you might read it and say, oh, those poems, they sound angry, or they sound bitter, or they sound
Hmm.
whatever. By the time I get to the end, I have to bring it up. So my first poetry collection was Cuts on Me. And it just, talks about the hurts, some of the things in the past, things I came to realize about myself that was not conscious, like I wear sweaters all the time. And
Hmm.
it was covering up. And the poem says, I always wear sweaters in the summertime, no matter if the sky is, sunny, or it's raining or full of shine. And walking down the street, I smiled like I knew it was cool. Walking down alleys, trying to get through it. It was about avoiding people, avoiding the men in the neighborhood, who, as a child, they were the protectors to tell you to be careful, watch where you're going, don't speak to strangers. And then you hit puberty and then they become something else. And so I found out or realized that I cover up. And it doesn't matter if it's hot outside and I'm sweating, like I say, sweating down my back, I smiled like I knew it was cool. And it was, I don't want to draw attention to myself. So this is a whole thing for me to be right here.
Wow.
But I wrote something that I said about myself: confidently self-conscious, outspokenly shy. It's like
Outspokenly shy. Interesting.
I'm speaking when, especially if it comes to my creative side and comes to my spiritual side, I have the passion for that. And so I can't hold back from speaking. But if I didn't have those things, I would be shy, because I would rather be in a corner instead of drawing attention to myself. But I'm forced to, because it burns in me. So I have to speak. And so
Interesting.
that's how I'm here. But I just wrote that today: confidently
Wow.
self-conscious,
Confidently subconscious. Got it.
outspokenly shy. I said that's the truth. It's a
That's a
paradox. It's a
conundrum.
contradiction.
Huh.
Yeah, contradiction.
Interesting. Interesting. I suspect that you had another piece that you wanted to share just off the top. Is there something that you had near and dear as a kind of like a mission statement? Have you ever done that?
Not necessarily my mission statement, but I do have some of those that I speak about when I talk about poetry. But I had the poems that I call my icebreaker poems. So
Got it.
whenever I, have to go to an event or something, if I'm really, really nervous, I'm like, okay, I can do mirror, or I can do spit and game, because I know them so well and I'm relaxed in saying them, and it sort of gives me my comfort zone and I can, get into that moment. Because
Right.
I see that my voice changes too. I'm getting more relaxed. Before I was like smiling, like really excited. But once you calm down and you get your tone. So there is a poem, as I said, spitting game. But I was very proper when I said it. What is a spitting game? And so the poem was the explanation of how I learned what it meant. So you want me to share that?
Sure. That would be great. That would be fantastic. I'm going to
Okay.
take myself off the spotlight. I want you to be on the spotlight. Okay. I'm going to remove myself. And if you're
Okay.
okay with that, that way they can feel the energy and see the intensity of your eyes. By the way, guys, please let us know on the chat if you have ever tried to do that icebreaker. That's kind of a novel idea to me. And I think we musicians do that. We tend to have your first song, whatever sets the tone for your set, right?
Mm,
Is
mm.
that why you do that?
I do it to calm myself. It's just me getting in the mood and relaxing in order to present the poems that I want to present. And it's
Okay.
sort of like sometimes people go out and they're nervous and somebody try to give them a drink and tell them to relax. Well, I have particular poems that settle me. So that's what it's for.
Got it.
But I
Excellent.
found it funny too, because I didn't know what spitting game was.
Spitting game, right? It's interesting, and I have heard the kids. Fortunately, I've got some. I want to say younger guys, like early 30s working with me, and they kind of keep me abreast of all the new terms, and it's
Mhm.
kind of healthy to do that, right?
Well, this one was a early 90s term. And
Oh,
each time
oh,
we had a
yeah,
poetry meeting or poetry, yeah, every time we had a poetry event, we would have a theme. And
right.
so the theme was spitting game. And I had to ask, and I would tell you the poem to answer the question.
Got it.
I asked him, "What do you mean, spitting game?" I hadn't heard it phrased with that particular name. He explained it in part, but I still wasn't sure, since a strong use of slang I had not procured. But then I thought, was it the sway of his lay, of his play, of his words? How he is the charisma, epitome of his injection, inflection, and how his words flow. What he is to me, gives to me, Lord only knows how I savor that flavor. My heart in his hands. When he's speaking, I'm weak and I'm all taken in. He's melting me, melting that deepness within. I said, whoa, take it slow. I'm only woman. Uh, I think I get it. It's about how he charms me, not just into his words, but he completely disarms me. It's his voice, his style, the way that he walks. It's all in that man. He don't just talk the talk. But if he wants to go with me, glow with me, and blow me away with his dimensions, intentions, and things that he'll say, be impressive, suggestive, but keep it all real. Don't incite me to fight thee as if such the big deal. Walk the walk with me, talk with me. Say what? I don't know. Speak Lord Jah to me. Gotta be down with that so he will stay with me and pray with me and never let me go. Spitting game to me and ain't ashamed to be. Go, baby, go. That is spitting game.
Interesting. Yeah, I really like the. Now, is that kind of a classical? I don't want to call it a trope. The feel, the ebb and flow, the like we were talking about iambic pentameter. Not many people, I think, in these days, right? In that it's kind of a traditional flow, right?
Mm.
Um,
It This poem was again something that I didn't do on purpose. When it started off, when I asked him, "What do you mean spitting game?" I hadn't heard it phrased with that particular name. I was trying to rhyme, but when the part the midsection came, if he wants to go with me, glow with me, blow me away with his dimensions, intentions, and things that he'll say, that it just comes out. And I was really working it, trying to understand what spitting game meant. And it is just the way that a person or a guy is presenting himself to you, how he's trying to, as we say back in the day, I was trying to rap to you.
right.
Um,
Trying to have his game,
but
right? Yeah, yeah.
that is what it meant. I didn't understand it. So I was trying to work it out. And I tell you, rhymes just do their own thing. I'm
Right.
not trying to do it on purpose. I just hear it.
Hmm.
And sometimes I would just come out just like that.
So when did
Other
you
times,
realize that you had that ability to rhyme or to put words together that's sometimes don't even rhyme completely, right?
elementary school. Well, that didn't rhyme completely. I think that was maybe in the teen years and going up into the adult years. In elementary school, I purposely face, place, lace, mace, trace. I was
Right.
purposely looking for that rhyme.
The male
And I
rhyme.
learned,
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, those type of rhymes. And then A, C, B, D. So those I remember studying that in school,
Right.
that scheme, the way that it works together. But that was on purpose trying to make a rhyme. When I started really writing poetry, I have a poem that says, I don't write poetry, poetry writes me. It it just
Mm,
flow, it just comes. It just
right.
comes. Um,
Do you have a motto, a slogan, a mission statement of what you do and why you do?
I have um it is something that I have been working on, trying to pull that out, and how would I express that?
Mhm.
Um,
So that the audience knows what I'm talking about. For example, for me, some people say, that music plays through them, like Santana and a couple
mhm,
of other people. In my
mhm.
case, I say to hear me play is to hear me pray. That kind of says
Good
everything,
statement.
right?
Right.
That is my statement. So, do you
Okay.
have something
I
similar that
don't
is just kind
I
of like
don't
clear and present?
everything that I've done, and I was looking for it because I wrote, this is
Take your
the
time.
space that I write. Um,
Mhm.
I I don't write poetry, as this says. The words write me.
Mm,
From the beginning, it knows what it's going to be. From the time I hear the story, see the image, watch the news, the words march on out in their own formation. I never have to choose. It doesn't matter, eyes open or closed. I see exactly how they should be. Poetry just knows. Poem on top of poem on top of poem. That's how they're coming. Can't get to the end of one when another starts running. Faster than my pen can flow, I open my journal and there they go. Where it stops, only poetry knows. Nobody knows, no one can know. Will I ever stop? Only poetry knows. I write to express myself, and I write what I feel from other people. And no
mhm,
matter what somebody might be going through, it's just me trying to get out whatever emotion is in my heart or someone else's.
mhm.
And sometimes
Oh,
people
okay.
don't have the words. And when I talk to you and when I hear your story, they they're all like swimming in my head. And
Mhm.
sometimes they'll come out immediately, and then other times it might take a week or it might take some time, and then suddenly it hits me, and then I can start writing. Um,
Interesting. So it's almost kind of like co-opting somebody's story, right? And I think that's a usual um, what I put it, narrative. Like for example, I once read that Rocky had heard about a gentleman that fought and stayed, several rounds. I think it was 12 rounds, and with Ali, and then he came up with the script for Rocky. So Stallone
okay,
did.
okay.
So we do that parallel. Some people like I also used to hear that Modigliani and Picasso, Pablo Picasso, they would draw the energy off of musicians that would be playing in the night and stuff. Does
Mhm.
something inform you, and what would that be that informs you other than people's stories?
Like music.
Music
Um,
or evenings or temperature,
it
climate, colors.
I will pull over on the side of the road for some clouds.
Interesting.
I appreciate and have the fascination with nature. I'm like, my phone is probably full of pictures of nature, and it's the same trees, grass, clouds, sunshine, but it's so artistic. I end up writing a poem about that there is no artist like my master worker.
Absolutely.
There is nothing that I can do. There's nothing that I can write. There's nothing that I can hear. No painting that I can see that masters or overpowers the artistry that is the earth that we live on. And that's like the ultimate to me. I just have to express that. And I'm always searching for words. And if not searching, the words just come out. And just like I said here, it can be poetry, it can be music, it can be colors, it can be smells, it can be experiences. Anything can spark me to write a poem. You know, just the emotion that I feel hearing the news story, and I'm writing and writing and writing. I can purge my anger that way or my frustration in this life. So
Hmm.
I have some pieces like that here too,
Hmm.
regarding that.
No, no, I'm going to ask a strange off the wall question is, do you think modesty and humility limit expression?
No, because you say modesty limiting my expression. What what fancy words or what type of person do I need to be? Do I need to be a specific level in order to say things, or are you saying that I don't have the freedom to express it because I'm trying to stay within, acceptability? It's and expand your vocabulary. There's no way that I can't express what I need to say
Hmm.
within my moral base.
Correct.
I'm not limited. There are people who use a lot of profanity. There are a thousand other words that you can use to express the depth of your frustration or your anger or whatever it is that you're feeling. I think that that's limited.
Hmm.
I'm
The,
not
the,
limited.
the reason I'm asking that is because the world is unbridled in their candor, correct? So if they turn on a flame, if they're going to turn on a flamethrower because they're hot, and even their adjectives are that, right? I'm this, I'm that, is a lot of chest thumping.
Mm,
So that's why I asked that question because I think somebody coming up, newer ones, or even people that are trying to run parallel with their different hobbies or endeavors may feel that
mm.
okay, maybe I can't do this because I have to um, watch my words or whatever. So for example,
But
I'm gonna throw two words at you: filter and dilute. What would you rather do with your words? I think
what
that's
would I rather do? Filter or oh, filter. Diluting says I'm watering it down. Filtering says I'm picking the right words in order to, you know where I'm going to go with this, right? Can
I
I
think I
go?
do.
Can I
Please
go?
do.
Let
Yeah.
me find that. I have a list here, but I need to find exactly here. So I have a poem just recently written that says, "When life looks like a bad movie." And it starts off with that.
Okay. I'm
My
looking forward.
words, my words are rooted in unfiltered truth, but I season them to make things palatable to your tender emotions. But facts remain. And in the end, I'm not going to lie to save feelings. I will hold back to save lives, though, because we are on the ledge of our last nerve looking for any excuse to jump off. And I personally spend more than a customary amount of time there. So I can understand when at times you feel pushed to your limits, to the depths or the deepest, farthest reach of your mental and physical fed up wittedness. Wandering in the valley of emotional saturation and seeking a safe haven, an oasis of relief from having to deal with this life. It's a bad movie for sure, filled with heartaches and agitation and injustices. And I'm right there with you, sis. And if it may please the court, I'd like to plead my case and declare myself innocent of the desire to deal with this system 1 second longer than required. And I solemnly vow to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth when I reply like a madman that I'm guilty. Yes, I did it. I made a determination, a dedication, if you will, not written in blood, but by no means surreptitiously sealed in water, bound by spirit held within me to declare, whether in the valley plains or on the mountaintops, that this is not our real life. Every struggle that we've been through was hard for a reason, because someone flipped the script on our happily ever after. So instead of tiptoeing through the tulips, we're charged with endurance and sentenced to persevering in it until we die. But I promise you, sis, the credit's about to roll on all of this. And Act Two is already in production. And this one isn't fiction either. It's not even based on a true story. It is the truth and the story. And baby girl, you've been lied to from your youth. But chin up, eyes forward, get off that ledge and off the sinking ship, go shoreward. We don't have to drown in the sea of mankind. And I use that term lightly, kind part, because you know, man and kind is kind of a misnomer. The whole world is a theatrical spectacle. And we've got front row seats to what may be the best or the worst movie you've ever watched play out. But understand me when I say that when life looks like a bad movie filled with shady characters, it's up to you to turn the channel. Find the remote, throw a hard shoe at that TV panel. Yes, get up, go out, find something better to do, because this life is not through. And until then, and until you do, it's up to you. What I'm saying is you can change your direction, rewrite the script, alternative plot. How it is not, doesn't have to be your lot. Change the pace, change your place. The lane you're running in might not be your race. It might be the wrong drama, the wrong screen. So if you understand what I'm getting at, I'm done here, pinned down, in scene. That's it.
I got to snap. I got to snap. I wish we had more cameras on so that we can show, the kind of appreciation that we have, because there was more than just a play on words. There was metaphors, similes. Um, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we're applauding at Kiana. I see Spring. I see Hess and Lady Mo. She says, I applaud.
Thank you, thank you.
So, yeah. So
Look at my
absolutely.
people. Look at my people.
Absolutely. Look at those smiles. They're not reserved. They're
I love you
absolutely
guys.
beaming for you. Yeah.
I love you all.
So so that was, I really liked that, mankind, and then you went, it was almost like there was a piece within the piece, right? And that
Mm.
that kind of opened more expression and self-expression, but not just opinion. And I think that's a refreshing thing, because some of the spoken word, I'm not saying all of it, but some of them tends to be um, kind of isolated. Do you find that I mean, it's good for self-reflection, but at the same time, do you think it's important to resonate with your audience? Something universal themes.
Um, I believe that's up to that poet, what their purpose is in their writing. Um, it could be some people start writing because of some circumstance, and that opens them up to self-expression. When they share, then people who are listening may be able to connect with what they're saying. It might just be their experience, depending, how deep it is. But there comes a point when you continue writing, continue writing, continue writing. You want to do it not just for yourself, but to share. And for me, it depends on the heart, because for my heart, it has to be that I'm trying to say something that reaches somebody.
Hmm.
My whole platform, and I can go back now and think about your question earlier. I want to uplift. I want to encourage. I want to show appreciation. I want to be positive in what I have to share. It may be that there are experiences that have caused trauma and caused pain and caused, all kinds of heartache. I work through that in my
Mhm.
writing, and then I have to bring it up to
Absolutely.
say, yes, you were like this. Yes, you went through this. Yes, this was your experience. Now, what you going to do about it?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
um, I have a T-shirt that says "I am not my circumstances," and it goes along with another poem that I have from a previous book. And one of the lines of the poem in that book says that I might be going through hard times, but I'm not living in it.
That's it. Those
You
hard
know?
times are not me. There was a wonderful talk where the brother said, we do not let our circumstances define us. I think it was back in
Yes.
2021 during the talk. And it was, we were in the midst of COVID. And I think we needed that talk, right? And so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
when we vocalize that or give reason, give logic, give a voice, I think that's why it's important for our audience that they understand that they feel that we are feeling what they're feeling and we're speaking what their heart is speaking to, right? So
Because I don't want to be miserable. And I'm like, if I'm feeling miserable, I have such a nice tribe of friends who can pull me out of that. And then just like what is the scripture we talk about that, how we get comfort from the scriptures and then in turn we can give
right,
comfort to others who are going through, what they're going through.
absolutely.
The poetry is that.
I like
It's
how
just that.
Coco Weapon we just had an interchange of emotion. That's very true, isn't it?
That. That's
I like that.
because you get out what you need. And that darkness to light that I shared that with her, um, being on an event a couple of months back, and we were in a safe space that everybody started to share some
Mm-hmm.
hard things in
It
their
got
lives.
heavy,
You were
didn't
there.
it?
You
Yes.
were there.
Yeah.
That that stuck with me for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know. I'm like, have I just been through the trauma of listening to this, or have I just been through the therapy of it? Like I felt like we worked through things
Mm-hmm.
in that poetry group that night, and it was a small group, and it was. I think that the because it was small, it let everybody feel free and safe.
Mm-hmm.
And like, well, if she
Mm-hmm.
gonna share, I'm gonna share. Well, he gonna share, I'm gonna share.
Right.
And
Yeah.
we're all crying and purging. And I wrote this poem, Darkness to Light, because I'm like, I felt cracked open following that. And then who wasn't there, you wasn't there. You missed it. But
Right.
for
Yeah,
all
and
of
then
us,
you and
when
I,
we're
we were talking
going
about
through
that.
something,
Yeah, so sometimes
yes,
you need to cleanse the palate, right? And how do you do that? You
yeah,
do you do
you
it with
got,
another piece or with music or
yes,
that's a
music does
question
it.
that I'd like
Yeah.
to throw up for the chat. How do you
Mhm.
cleanse the palate? Is it music? Is it something another piece that is
That somebody has to
brings that
change
and because
the
then
tone.
the question is okay the sub question to that is the catharsis, is it when speaking or is it when writing?
Mm, mm. I know for me it's writing.
For okay, see, for me too, when I'm writing a song, that's when I'm crying because when I'm gonna play the piece, I'm not, the audience doesn't need to see me split my veins, right? So I
Right.
mean, like for example, right now, with what you just played, if I was to be the musician that's on the panel, would you have an intense piece to kind of help rivet that point back down, or would you need something to cleanse the palate?
What we're talking about now, and you want to change, like, okay, if you're going dark, we gotta uplift.
Okay.
You have to pull people out of because sometimes your thought processes go into the problems and the stresses that you have. So I
Hmm.
think things that make people move and make people feel, can really rejuvenate a person's spirit and make them feel better.
Right. So like right now,
That
let's say do you usually prefer to have music kind of alternating with spoken word, or how
Oh, I
would you?
do. I'm like, I always have like jazz and like, I'm like, we need that rhythm. You always something that gets you to that beat.
Gotcha.
So yes, let's do
Got it.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, why don't I want to give you a time, a moment, drink some water,
Mhm.
go to the bathroom, or touch up your makeup, whatever you have to do that you want to just like cleanse, come back, like reset, right? Whatever it is.
Okay.
Somebody said that
Okay.
that's useful, right? So let me see. How about some Marley?
Ooh, that sounds
Here.
good.
Yeah. Why don't we do that? Let's lighten the mood, and then I'm gonna let you loose on these guys.
Okay,
Because I know
okay.
you've got something wonderful. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll reset, and I want you to show us what you mean. I just give you an example because I also want you to explain to us what escape. Remember, we were going to talk about the
Yes,
acronym. I definitely
yes.
want to hear about that. Why
Yeah.
escape? Emotional escape.
Okay,
So, guys,
okay.
just as a summary, Adrienne Lijoma, aka Jess Bond Writes, is our featured guest today, and she's doing a wonderful job of showing us how we don't necessarily have to limit ourselves, but we do have to express ourselves, and we filter and we also uplift. So,
Hmm.
thanks so much for your time, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about the acronym ESCAPE.
Okay.
Great. So, there we go. Here we go. I want to love you and treat you right. I want to love you every day and every night. We'll be together with the roof right over our heads. We'll share the shelter of my single bed. We'll share the same room. Oh yeah. Jah provides the bread. Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this that I'm feeling? I love this. I wanna know now. I got to know that I'm willing and able. So I throw my cards on your table. I wanna love and treat you right. I want to love you every day and every night. We'll be together, oh yeah. With the roof right over our heads, we'll share the shelter, oh yeah, of my single bed. We'll share the same room, oh yeah. Because Jah provides the bread. Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? I want to hear you all now. Is this love that I'm feeling? Oh, now. Oh, yes, I know, yes, I know, yes, I know now. Oh, yes, I know, yes, I know, yes, I know now that I'm willing and able. Oh, yeah. So I throw my cards on your table. I want to love you. I want to love you. Love and treat you right. I want to love you every day and every night. We'll be together, never go wrong with little Bob Marley. So now that we cleanse the palate, as we say, right? Now things, I mean, we were getting deep, but deep doesn't necessarily mean we go dark, right? Do you think that, Adrian? I'm gonna have to ask you to unmute. So can
Unmute.
people get deep without going dark?
Yes, it depends on the subject matter.
Oh, we can't hear.
It's
Or is it me?
you can't hear me? Oh. Do 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 do. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but I
Yeah,
don't
we
think
can
you can
hear you
hear
now.
you.
It was probably me. I don't know.
What's that?
It was
Okay.
probably on my side. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. What is this that says okay? Oh, okay. There we go. What was the question?
Oh, can people can we get deep without going dark?
Deep conversations don't
Hmm.
have to be, it can be the intensity of the heart. It can be, positive things, but you have to delve into it. What does it say? The heart of a man is like deep waters. You
Hmm.
have to get down in there. It doesn't mean that it's always going to be something negative or something dark. It could
Right.
be positive. It could be something that your goals, things that you want to work on, something you want to improve. But you maybe got to get down into why is it not happening? Or, what do you need to change? What do you need to do? So you can have a
Right.
deep conversation without
Do you,
having a dark conversation.
correct. And but I think these days people want to like unpack everything, right? It's because you got to know me. I'm the type of person, and they and so I think. Do you think that's beneficial, or could writing be something that takes that and kind of like we were saying before, more filtering, more would that be like an editing process, or is that just me as a person that's a layman that doesn't really understand your process?
Mm. Um, I'm thinking about how to answer that because sometimes it might not be that, I'm going to share poetry,
Please do.
with someone. It could be that we just need to have that conversation,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, like we said, it doesn't have to be a dark conversation, but that person may need some, there's times where I have things I need to express. Um, when if I can't get it across, if I can't get my feelings, you know, um, comprehended, then I write it in poetry because I need to get it out. So, but there are the conversations that really need to be had where you are
Very
able to
good.
express yourself and
Very
and
good.
go wherever it needs to go.
Yeah, it's
Did I
beneficial
answer the
to.
question?
Yes. So that was my questions. Kind of. I didn't want to lead you, but that's it. It's like expression is not necessarily saying everything. It's knowing how to express, to
What,
distill it to the essence, to what is important, right?
we
Things that are.
filter because if you just are so blunt and blatant and frank and saying exactly, and even I understand now, like you say, some people are like, this is the way I am, and I'm going to say what I feel, and da 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 da. But you're not thinking about the listener and how are they receiving it,
Mm-hmm.
and you might say something that's going to trigger them in the wrong way, and you're never going to get to the point that you need to get to
Mm-hmm.
because now you got them upset about the way that you just said what you said.
It feels like more of an
So
obstacle course. And do you think
so
if we
it's
have to
just going to lead to argument.
if
You
we
know,
have to explain, if we have to really dissect our art, do you feel like something gets lost in that translation if we have to explain it?
it's like if I have to explain what I'm talking about, you'll never get it. Um, but I think art art is the explanation. You know,
Thank you.
it,
Yeah.
it is what it is. You however you're expressing it, there's somebody in a group of 50 that knows exactly what that means. And it might
Right.
be the same thing that you meant it to be, or it could be something different. I've had poems that I've
Absolutely.
written and it sounds like I'm talking about one thing. And then I would ask, what do you think this is about? And what
Right.
I said it was about, or what the purpose that I wrote it is not what everybody else pulled from it. So you're going to get what you need
Yeah.
from any kind of artistic expression, music and dance and, you know, sculpture or poetry or song. You're going
Right.
to get what you need. I'm stopped in my tracks these days by Miles Davis.
Me too. Kind of Blue. To me, that's a 10 out of 10. That I love that
I,
album.
I had not necessarily listened. I knew who he was, but I really hadn't listened to music.
That's the boss. Yeah.
I can write a whole, I'm like, I can write book after book, anything that has to do with saxophones and
Right.
bass and all that.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah. It was a
I'll
time
write
of
forever.
exploration, and everybody's going, brrr, a barrage of arpeggios and melodies and harmonies,
Just,
and they're
ooh, I
exploring.
love the
And then
smooth.
he would just
I
say
love
it like
smooth.
this, boom, 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 and women would stop on their way, their
Um,
path, and they would just stand there enthralled
yes,
because his notes were so
yes.
clear in intent,
Mm.
right?
It's like Beethoven. Like you can feel the pain. You can feel that intensity of
Mm-hmm.
that expression. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, ooh. Yeah,
Would you like
that's a whole new avenue for me.
Absolutely. I feel like we could talk for 4 hours. I mean, we did during the week. We did. So, would you like to explain to us what
Right?
escape, emotional escape, what is the acronym? And then there's a couple of great questions that we're gonna have to ask.
Okay. As most of my friends know and my family knows, I'm working on launching a business.
Hmm.
But the purpose of it, like everything has to have a meaning. It has to have a reason. And my platform is who I am, female, woman, and what we experience in society. What I wanted to do with anything that I pursue, again, is to uplift and to motivate and to make people feel better than when they came. So my escape is an acronym for the portion of my business called the escape box. And that escape represents encouragement, support, compassion, appreciation, positivity, and empathy. And those are emotions and feelings that we can look online, we can look on the news, we can open a door that you see lacking. We know that all the ills of the world start in the heart of man. So if our hearts are dark, that's what's going to come out, and that's the virus that spreads. So I decided that if I'm going to pursue something, it's going to be positive, and that's
Very
its
good.
only purpose is to be positive.
Very
So
nice.
the
I like that.
escape box
I
is
like
not
that.
literally we can get out, we can escape the negativity.
It's liberation and release, right?
That's what it's about.
Yeah. Now there was a couple of really good questions here. Hess, would you
Mm.
like to ask her your question that you wrote yourself? Would you mind?
Yeah, maybe it'll be better if I said it rather than wrote it because I don't know
Absolutely,
if
because
I
I can
explained it
tell you
right.
were like, did I ask that right? Please ask it.
So you're listening to other poets, and they're saying their poem. Are you feeling that same feeling that they are expressing?
In empathy intensely, not just I'm sympathizing with you, I'm in it. I'm in it because if they are expressing it in such a way that intensity is coming out in their words, I'm completely messed up. And sometimes if it's good, positive, I shouldn't say good, but if it's positive, then that's inspiring me to write. Also can get inspired by their pain because now I want to write something healing. And I'm like, oh, I
The
gotta respond
counterpoint.
to that.
Yeah.
I gotta do so. I gotta say something. And it just brings out just this evening. I wrote to someone on next door, and it's a lady I've been talking to in the neighborhood for a while who is going through some medical problems. And every time I talk to her, I'm sharing scripture, I'm just sharing encouragement. And she was making progress, and now she's going back to the hospital. And I'm like, all
Mm,
I want to do is comfort. I'm like, what can
right.
I say that's going to make her feel better? I invited her tonight. I hope she's here. I don't know. I'll have to look later and see if she is.
Interesting.
But that's my reason.
What a
That's
great.
my reason. As long as we have to be here, I want to be positive with what I'm doing.
That's wonderful.
Say
That's
it
a
again.
great segue for Wanda. Wanda Fuller had a question. Wanda, would you care to ask your question yourself? Where are you at, sis? Can we find Wanda?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Would you like to ask the question that you had?
Yes, I can.
Uh-huh.
How you doing,
What?
Adrian?
Hello, how are you?
Good. I was just curious. Sometimes people that like yourself that's poetry and they're very expressive. Do you find yourself when you talking to some of the friends, you find yourself every other word you rhyming? Everything is, just like a person who it's like a person who speaks and hear and they learn ASL and they find themselves every time they talk and their hand is going.
Are
Did you
moving.
find yourself doing that
That was
every
me.
other word you
That was
rhyming?
me in Italy.
Interesting question.
If it happens, it's not on purpose. But my son
I
did
know.
say that the other day. I was saying something to him, and it just happened to be the words. It wasn't that I was looking to rhyme. I was thinking directly about what he's saying. It just came out that way. I know that my tone changes depending on what I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and I get into that spoken word voice,
The intent, right?
that stance, But it it's about the intensity of the conversation, the passion that I feel about it.
I can
If I don't
imagine.
know what's going on, I don't have much to say. But if I feel something about what we're talking about, I'm going to be in there. And if it rhymed, it wasn't my. Yeah, I'm a poet and didn't know it. That kind of thing.
Of course, you knew it. You didn't. That's a
Thank you.
great question. Yeah. So
That's sweet.
I'm curious. I'm not sure if I did this last show. If I would like to do the opposite. Earlier, I cleansed the palate. Now, if earlier you said you almost have to correct something. So I would like to propose that I'm gonna sing something kind of intense. I'm gonna try to grab you in the first note, and then see if you can come up with something that juxtaposes that, the feeling that I'm gonna present.
Okay.
Are you up for the challenge? It's
I'm
gonna be.
ready.
I think I showed you the song before. I threw it out there just to see, and you had a reaction, but we'll see what kind of reaction you or the audience has in response to that. What kind of piece would you present to almost resolve this feeling that I'm going to present?
Okay.
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 All right. It's in Spanish, and so that's what's going to make it tricky because you guys are going to have to go off the emotion,
Okay.
off the emotion. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So
Right. Right. The tone.
Amor, tranquila, no te voy a molestar. Mi suerte estaba echada, ya lo sé. Y sé que hay un torrente dando vueltas por tu mente. Amor, lo nuestro solo fue casualidad. La misma hora, el mismo boulevard. No temas, no hay cuidado, no te culpo del pasado. Ya lo ves, la vida es así. Tú te vas y yo me quedo aquí. Lloverá y ya no seré tuyo. Seré el gato bajo la lluvia y maullaré por ti. Amor, lo sigues nada de verdad. Si ves alguna lágrima, perdón. Yo sé que no has querido hacer llorar a un gato herido. Amor, si alguna vez nos vemos por allí, invítame a un café y hazme reír. Y si ya no vuelvo a verte. Ojalá que tengas suerte, ya lo ves, la vida es así. Tú te vas y yo me quedo aquí. Lloverá y ya no seré tuyo. Seré el gato bajo la lluvia. Ya lo ves, la vida es así. Tú te vas y yo me quedo aquí. Lloverá y ya no seré tuyo. Seré el gato bajo la lluvia y maullaré por ti. Y maullaré por ti. Okay, so now you get it. It's a pretty intense thing, right? So how would you go the other way, right? Earlier we cleansed the palate, so now you have to cleanse the palate.
Oh my goodness. That's like making me want to cry
Oh,
because I don't know all the words, but I heard true, yes, you, and here. I don't know what else was said, but I felt like somebody was missing someone and they were
right.
wishing they were there.
That's exactly it. It's unrequited love.
Oh
I
my
still
goodness.
love you. I will always be crying like a cat that's crying out, left cat crying out in the rain, right?
Yeah.
So it's that feeling of being unresolved. And so now,
Mm, mm.
can you
I have
resolve?
to the escape box is a poem that I have
Mm,
that is talking about those uplifting things.
okay.
There's a song that we hear on social media now. Let me see. It says something, know that you are loved. That it's very slow. Don't ask me to sing it.
Yeah, I can't think of the.
Know that you are loved. Something like that. I
I
can't
don't
think
know.
of the,
Maybe
it's
somebody on
just,
the chat can write it.
oh, y'all know what I'm talking about? It's know that you are loved is the theme that I hear all the time.
Is it Cleo
Just
Soul? I think it's called "Know That You Are Loved."
yes, you
Yeah.
know that first line, and that's
Know
what
that you're
that
loved,
chorus part,
even if you don't love
just that
yourself.
line. Yeah, it's just the know you are loved part. So this poem, I was listening to that, and that is, how the song came out. Who can sing that first line for me? Cleo Soul. Who can do that? Just somebody give me that. Come on, Nakia. Where you at, Nakia?
Let's see.
Two times.
I'll put it like this. And hopefully, we don't get caught with copyrights.
Right. Know that you are loved.
Long intro.
That you are loved. That's it. No. Yes. Love yourself. That's
Yeah.
it.
So
Okay.
it stays almost unresolved, right? So
Yes. The escape box says, you are loved. Though you may not feel it now, no, because voices around you have told you different. You may have been beat down, worn out, hung dry, and withered like abandoned laundry on clotheslines long ago withered in the sun. Have they called you useless, worthless? Have they claimed you're fat or too this or to that. They say no one thinks about you. No one cares. You may have heard these words of negativity, but believe me, you can escape that box. That box ain't for you, sis. You have been sapped of all strength in an attempt to control your movements and your mind. And should you protest that narcissistic nonsense, they're going to tell you it's all in your head. No. But in reality, the four walls really containing you are the restrictions you've put on to not see yourself amazing, to not smile at your reflection, to not step out in confidence instead of trepidation. Yes, let's end that relationship. Climb the rails and set sail on a fantastic voyage to another you. That's what you should do. And go ahead, give in. It's not a sin. Test the wind and move in another direction where your thoughts are your own. Lift up, get moving, get gone. You aren't weak. You are strong, and you have been all along. You just never gave yourself permission. Consider these words my gift to you. A gift box. And this box is filled with compassion, support, encouragement, support, compassion, appreciation, positivity, and empathy. And you may not have heard these words of positivity, that you are worthy, that you are beautiful, and that someone cares deeply for you, that someone out here sees the sun rise and set on thoughts of you. You are weaved like a cloth around their heart. Because of you, they are upbuilt, refreshed, and infused with joy. Yes, voices around you may have told you different, and they have not said the same. But it's time to lay claim and recognize some facts that though you may not feel it now, you are loved. Welcome to the escape box. And Paul.
Yes. Coco says, I want that box. Yeah, escape box.
I can't wait to get them done.
Yeah,
Yes.
I really like that. I like how you try to resolve in earnest. And I almost a game that I like to do is I give you a word and you resolve the word with the opposite, right? So if I was to say compulsory, what word comes up to you like to resolve that?
Willingly, freely.
Okay.
Compulsory is making me look at the first thing I thought of service. Compulsory
Service?
service.
Okay. That's okay. That would be the opposite. So one serves and the other one's like not, right? And then how about apathy?
Compulsory means it. There could be two ways. Compulsory. You said empathy? Oh, you said apathy.
If I say that, well, no, you gave me your answer right there. That was quick. I said apathy and you said empathy. Very nice.
Empathy.
Very nice. Okay. So if I say askew.
Askew. Things are askew. Things are together. Things are in balance. Things are. Oh, what is that game show that we're on? Like askew. Askew for me means that everything is haphazard and out, just not coordinated and together. Is that correct?
Very nice. Spring Copeland says aligned. Very nice. Very good.
Aligned. Thank you.
That.
That's the word.
Yeah,
I'm saying together, but it's aligned.
Yeah,
that's
very good.
And see, when I write, that's how it has to be. Like you have something in mind, but I'm like, no, that's not. I need the perfect word. There's a specific word sometimes, even when I'm speaking and I'm having conversation with people. I'm trying to say something and I have to define what I'm trying to say. But the word, I'm like, but it's a word that I need to say this. And that's the word that I wanted to say, but I couldn't pull it out.
Yeah. So it's like is ask you a question, skew.
Ask you. Oh, see, that's
Ask you.
another poem. That's
There
another
you
poem.
go. It's like
You can work with it.
Kenny is writing bars over here. That's very nice. I like that. How
Ask you.
your
Oh,
brain
you up.
processes. It's like juxtaposition, right? It's you want to right the wrong,
Oh,
and you do it with a beat, a rhythm, a timbre, and I love the tone of your voice too. That's great.
thank you,
Does
thank you.
any is there anything that you wish that somebody asked you that it's like it's important that you get off of your chest that you would like to give uh, a
Hmm.
morsel of wisdom, like
Oh my
your
goodness.
for example your children. What would you tell your children or your younger self?
Ooh, ooh, you went there. What would I tell my younger self? Speak up.
I like that.
I
Speak up.
was yes girl, and I tell everybody that today. Who I was before, I would say before 1996, I had a different personality. I found my voice in 1996. Just
Interesting.
situation happens that I recognize. Previous to that, I'm in this other world where I'm not even realizing what's being put on me and what the expectations were and how much work I'm doing. And it had to do with work specifically.
Hmm.
And then I had trauma in my life. And I started saying, wait a minute, why am I doing this? I work for one person. How is it that I'm working for 15 people?
Wow.
And I was doing it. And I'm
Hmm.
going in early and I'm staying late and I'm taking work home on the weekends.
Mm.
And somewhere I found my voice. I wished I would have found it sooner.
Mm.
And
That's a piece right
that
there.
what people need, like we talked about, and like you said earlier, you can express yourself without blah, being everything. Sometimes you can get pushed to that point, but
Hmm.
you can express yourself within a certain guidelines that you can get your point across. But it shouldn't be that someone is going to crush who you are and how you want to express yourself
Right.
because we're all individual. We all have our own mind, our own heart, and we have a way of speaking. I
Okay.
can't be put into, and that's why I'm so about the boxes
Right.
because that box is not for me.
Right.
That's your box in the way that you speak and the way that you express yourself. I can't fit into your box. That's the one you made for yourself.
That's it.
And
No
mine,
one can outdo you being you and speaking for
I
you.
my box has a microphone, and I know I can turn it down and I can turn it up, and it all depends on what's bouncing back.
Well, we're really enjoying what we're hearing. In fact, somebody said, I wish I had found it
Thank you,
sooner.
thank you.
That seems like that would be your title, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Somebody said, just listen to Janine loving me.
Oh,
That is
thank you,
a
thank you.
liberation song for just what you were saying. So,
Ooh,
or yeah, I can't be
okay.
put into your box. Now everybody's like in writing
For
mode
real,
now. See, that's the
for
nice
real,
thing.
for
Yeah,
real.
that we are. It's like we prime the pump, and then everything comes gushing out after that, right? It's
And that's why, like with my greeting cards, the company that I'm trying to start, all of my cards are women centered. It's all
mm,
focused on expressing how I would speak to my sisters. How we speak to one another in the real life is not always how you're going to find it in a greeting card.
hmm
And so it can be filtered in a way that it's proper and it's acceptable and it can be generalized to a lot of people. But a lot of the way that I um, formulate those words in those cards is just like I'm saying in these poems. That box ain't for you, sis. It's being real. Like you've been in the shadow long enough, or you need to do this, or why is something wrong? I'm gonna come over. I'm packing a bag. I'm coming over right now. Just something that connects with what we go through as women, and just trying to be a cheerleader. I told someone today that they had been a wonderful cheerleader to me,
So I'm going
encouraging
to.
me when I didn't have my voice.
That's great. So I'm gonna let me see if I can get this up. I'm just going to show everybody. This is her site. Let's see if I can get this to. Okay, so the narrow gate, I don't know if you guys, it says
Yep.
jessvaughnwrites.com, and this is her narrow gate greeting card company. In fact, I've got a couple of things
Yeah,
I'm going to
that's
be showing off to the friends. And as you can see, there's that this art was your art.
no, the art is from Stephanie. She may be on here. Stephanie
Gotcha.
Steinlein. She is in Toledo, Ohio.
Ah,
She is
okay.
my illustrator for the greeting cards.
Got
And
it.
so I
Author
saw
point.
her on Instagram, and every time she would draw, and she does these in pencil and markers and things, every time she would draw, I end up writing a story to their face, like the expression, just like with your song, what I felt from your song.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw her pictures, I had a story. So
Interesting.
yeah, we are working on those there at the bottom, those there at the up are part of, go back up some to the books.
Okay, got it.
So this is part of my creativity too. Like these are all my collections right there that are published. Those are, and then the one children's book in the middle, Cat on the Mat and Purple Boots. And then I want to be a mermaid. Those are my kid, but they're rhyming stories. They're little
Mm-hmm.
stories rhyming. And I have another one that I'm working on.
Nothing
But
wrong with a rhyme.
those coming up, those underneath that says coming soon, go I think what down. Yeah. These right here. I have so many book covers. I create covers before I finish writing the stories.
That makes
Like
sense.
as soon as I get an idea and I have a title, I can create the cover.
Yeah.
So I need to finish writing.
That makes sense because a lot of times I'll write a title like earlier we had said that I had given you, uh, a project if you wanted to take it on that it was wrecked if I wreck the
Yeah.
word if I ellipsis and then present the
Yeah.
problem and then rectify is what fixes it, right? The word rectify.
Right.
So did you
Right.
ever get around to writing on that? I was just curious.
I got around to writing it and I started another one. I didn't finish the second one, but I finished this first one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Do you want to give it a shot today or?
I didn't read it to you. Okay, I'm taking a sip. Um, okay, we're gonna do this. Los. Boy, oh boy. Okay.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. If you want to do this
No,
another
no,
day,
no,
we can. Oh,
no,
okay.
no, 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 no.
She's rising
I
to
have
the
to work
occasion.
this out. There are points in here that I'm hoping I don't get tongue-tied. So that is my only hesitation, but okay. It's wrecked if I, right?
Hmm.
Wrecked. If I tried to deny that sin began with a lie and I never questioned why. Wrecked. If I didn't turn back my eye when it fell upon that guy, because hearts, they so sly. Wrecked. If I waved good sense goodbye and hid my eyes from the sky and just refused to comply. Wrecked. If I went out into the streets to buy a little something, something to get high and closed my ears to your decry. Wrecked. If I rejected your sigh, ignored those close by because I thought they would pry. Wrecked. If I ignored Ja's battle cry and just pretended to try, when in truth, I defy, I defy, I defy. Because when you live in a lie, there's no reason why. Don't care if they cry. You don't believe you can die. So you stepped aside before you were swept aside, got toxified like some insecticide. All your friends tried, but you were terrified. Got pains inside because you were wrecked inside. They called you out, but then you justified. The world used you up for years, unspecified, objectified. Thought you were right and trials intensified. Forgot who you were, claimed misidentified. And you know that you lied. I verified, but you picked a fight, wearing your trauma around your neck just like a tie. It's always, always me, mine, and my. Won't dignify, won't magnify, won't sanctify. So when I look at that life, wrecked if I won't rectify what's wrong and go right. Wrecked if I won't kiss it goodbye and give truth a try. Wrecked if I wouldn't rectify and keep living that life. Rectify, don't rectify, and trade it all for my life. Rectify, don't rectify. In Paul. Now, if I said it standing up, though, it would have been so much better.
I'm sure it would have. She
I'm
got it.
sitting
She
down.
got it. So if you guys noticed, the problem was resolved at the end. So she finished. She finished with the word, and started with a phrase.
Right.
So that's filtering, right? The essence of that. That's great. That I learned that trick with. It's when you present the punchline is the setup and the setup is the punchline. That's kind of the same thing. Rectify. That's
Okay. It's
I like
wrecked.
that.
Life is
Deep
wrecked.
envoy,
Definitely
Coco
wrecked.
weaponry. Wow, you guys get it. You guys are like next level above
Thank you,
another
thank you,
level. I'm
thank
learning so much here. That was
you.
fire.
Wow. I love you
Yes.
guys. Y'all so nice. Checks in the mail.
Wow.
Checks in the mail.
I couldn't be prouder. You got it. You got it. That's exactly the intent. It's with the shovel we can either dig a hole or we can cover it up, right? So
Man,
that's
that one
fantastic.
part though, I was like, oh, I gotta get that part. So
Oh,
you
you got
stepped
it.
aside before you were swept aside, got toxified like some insecticide. All your friends tried, but you were terrified. Your pains electrified because you was
Listen
wrecked
to that.
inside. That's what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, no, that's what you
Okay.
did. That's what you
I'm
did. We
working it. I'm
we
working it.
we felt your. And the thing is that the intensity sometimes the working out is part of that. It's the passage that we were on the boat with you. We were rowing
Uh-huh.
together with.
You
It's like,
froze.
did I freeze?
Or am I froze? Hello?
Okay, you
Oh, that was
okay?
you. Okay.
You're back. I don't know.
Or is it me?
One of us. I don't know. All I
You're
know
in
is that
oh,
this
your
was
internet.
this
Oh,
is
that's
yours.
me? Oh, it says your internet connection is unstable. That's me?
Is it?
Oh, you better stabilize. I don't have time for that.
It says she froze, so
I
it's
froze.
yours.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was all of you.
Wow. Well, you know what? Just in case we lose you, just in case we lose you. Just in case.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
That was well worth it. That was very well worth it.
Oh,
Man, that it's been an incredible evening of exploration. The words escape, liberation, and release. I mean, it seemed like the whole underlying current is love, self-love, love for others, empathy, compassion. The
facts.
the
That's it.
upbuilding, the energy is positive, and we love that.
Mm.
That's exactly what we're about. I'm gonna.
That's my purpose.
That's wonderful. Did you feel heard?
Yes, I'm seeing the love.
That's great.
I'm seeing the love, and I appreciate it. I'm seeing the
That's
smiles.
wonderful.
Oh,
Did
I
anybody
love
have a
you guys.
question
Y'all
that
just
did
got me
not get?
psyched.
I know we answered a lot of questions. You were hitting a lot of the things that I was going to ask. I was like, man, you have spoken to my heart as well. So okay, Jean has a question, and so I don't want to tire you too much. And then Mo had one earlier, so let's go ahead and ask Jean. Go ahead and
Oh,
ask your question. Put her info here in the chat. I lost connection a few times. Okay, Sandra Brooks,
Okay.
we will
okay.
put her information.
Sons of Costa Rica.
Viva Costa Rica.
Ciao, mi sorella. How do
Uh,
you say that in Spanish? Ciao, mi hermana.
mi hermana. Very
No,
good.
ciao.
Very good.
Hola, hola, mi hermana.
You can say ciao too. Yeah. In fact,
I say ciao.
yeah, ciao, chaucito. That, but usually in the Latin American countries, we say ciao as a goodbye. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Just got it
Ah, okay.
right.
So, yeah.
So all her
Yeah.
information,
And
you
in
can find it after
Italian, it's
Sandra.
both. It's hello and goodbye.
Correct. Yeah.
Ciao, ciao, salve, buongiorno, come
Il mio
stai?
italiano non tan forte. E o parlo
No?
un po'. Un po'.
Ok, vabbè,
Sì,
vabbè,
veramente.
vabbè.
Però, ma mi piace l'italiano. So
Ah, anche te.
I used to be very fluent, and now I've lost quite a bit. So adios is
Anch'io.
hello and goodbye here too.
Me
Yeah.
too.
See,
Adios is
veramente.
hello and goodbye. See, ciao too. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao. You say goodbye. Ciao, ciao.
Very good. Okay, Gene, did you have a question? Like,
Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. It was
Thank you,
amazing.
thank
It
you,
was
thank you.
awesome. I love the simplicity of you
that
being
background.
able to look at creation, see the same thing over and over again, but just appreciate it and say, you know what, I can't compare to what Jehovah has done, and yet there's so much going on in your mind and what you create. So that's why I typed artistry and modesty,
Mm.
because to me that was the moment. It was so powerful. I have just
Oh,
a little question for you. Where
okay.
you when you write cards, are they in certain stores or it's just from your
We're
website?
we're getting there. We're getting there. I have over 300 cards in my Canva, but I have not launched and published them yet. But it's within my breath. It's right there. I just need to get my packaging together, and I want to create a new website specifically for that because the company is Narrowgate Greeting Card Company, and my website is just on rights. So I need to get that website created, but I am going to start when I get my collections together. I will be putting them on my website, and I will be trying to market around within some stores and boutiques. And I have a whole list of places that I want to get that going for
Excellent.
sure.
Well, what you said tonight was just amazing. It was beautiful. Thank you so much. And I mean,
Thank you.
it uplifted the soul. So thank you for sharing your gift.
That's that is gold for me to hear that for you to say
Thank you
that.
very
I
much, bro. You
appreciate so
always have the
much.
best questions, man.
So
Awesome.
beautiful. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
great job.
Chicharron, chicharron. No.
Okay, Lady Mo
Okay,
has a
thank you.
question. Yeah,
I wanted to ask you, I know you're a poet, but do you still keep a personal diary that's some stuff you just gonna write just for you that you will not
good question.
share because it's so personal that it's your own poetic diary?
Um, I have poems on my computer that are not all shared. But I no longer I used to keep diaries, but in 20 well, when did I get married? 2009, and I had my daughter in 2010, my son 2011. There's no window. I just got back into writing, like I said, really seriously during the COVID years. But it was, we live life in chapters, and I got married and had children. That was a different chapter. So, serving in different country or, being a need grader and doing different things, each of those were the chapters that I lived. And then this one was family. So now 55 and my kids are teens moving up. So now I get to start a new chapter as author and poet and creative. So entrepreneur. So this is where I want to, direct energy and be able to earn a living and support my husband and my
Fantastic
family. So,
question. I love that answer, by the way. Love that. That's
so
nice.
no private diaries. It's all when I write. It's going in. This is one of my journals. I do have work in here that's mine, but it's still poetry. It may go into a book one day. So
Very nice. Thank you for your question. Wonderful question. Now we're going to go ahead and ask. It says T Mason iPad. You want to tell us
oh,
where
you should so
where are you
you
Wait,
should
joining
show
us?
my painting.
okay.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah, I do. I have I'm Tanisha.
He has.
I'm happy to
Tanisha.
be here.
Where are you joining us from,
Um,
Tanisha?
I am in Long Beach, California.
Oh, wow. Okay. My old
Yeah.
haunts. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna show you Adrian. Adrian, I was gonna tell you say something else, but since I don't know if you can see that
We
painting,
can.
that is Adrian, was that your first piece, your first artistic attempt to
Yes.
draw?
That was, what year was that? In 94 or
I
95 or
It was a
something?
long time. I was gonna say I've been knowing
It's
you over 25 years.
yeah,
So
yeah.
she has Hezekiah 2:3 on that one. The vision is yet for the
Habakkuk.
time.
Habakkuk.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can't see. Habakkuk. The vision is yet for the appointed time. Keep an expectation of it, for it will without fail come true. It will not be late. It is the
Late.
centerpiece of my living room, my little living space, rather. Anybody knows Long Beach is living space,
Awesome.
Southern Cal. But
Awesome.
Adrian, I'm
Yeah.
so happy that you are still doing your art and writing. It's just so encouraging, and I'm excited to hear about your greeting cards, because I'm always looking for greeting cards. So I'll be on your website and see how I can support you that way. And I didn't see, there was a book I was looking for, but your I don't know if that was your first book of poetry, but there was something missing, because I have that one in my library, but maybe you left it off for a reason.
Oh, that's
I'm
on me?
I'm not angry. I'm just bitter.
Oh, I'm not angry about it. Yeah. I don't, that was the very first, that was my very first book.
Yeah.
I was in pain
Yeah.
then. And so when I started writing in 2018 and did Cuts on Me and all those were cleansing and fun and creative and moving forward. But that one that I did in 2006, those were the dark years. And all I felt when I read that, I'm like, this is so dark and it's so hurt, and I just I don't publicize it.
Yeah.
But
I
that's
didn't
okay,
publicize,
right?
but thank you for being one of the one people that bought it.
I mean, it's in my library. I mean, I have it.
I appreciate
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
I love you. Thank you so
I
much.
Thanks for
love you.
bringing
I'm
that.
gonna get off in about 10 more minutes, but just
Awesome.
wanted to
Okay.
say hello.
Thank you for
And
coming.
thank
I
you,
appreciate it so
Thanks so
much.
much.
Los, for hosting this. Is this a weekly show, or you always do this?
It's every other week, yeah. And I'm
Every
right now. I'm in transition. I don't know if I'm going to stay on YouTube or if we're going to go to. It seems like YouTube is kicking me out. I might end up doing this on Zoom. So the nice thing about Zoom is that you all get to ask her in person, or the artist. But we're trying to bring in a spoken word artist once every maybe 3 months, 2 3 months. I typically have all creative types, so authors, musicians, producers, managers, singers, drummers, sax players, whatever, and so Jehovah's organization is one. It's very talented, and one thing that I'd like to do is get rid of all qualifiers. Oh, they're good for a witness. No, either you're good or not. It's like saying, oh, she's a good bass player for a girl, and you're like, either she's good or she's not. That doesn't exist for me. So trying to get rid of qualifiers. But the other thing is, it's good, wholesome entertainment. But anywhere else, you can just listen to music. Here, we're building. It's community, right? So, absolutely.
Yeah,
So we're going to
that's
be putting
true.
this, and so you'll get to Tanisha. We'll be putting this so you can see it on replay. I'll put it on YouTube. So even if we go over to the Zoom platform, we will be posting.
Well, I was gonna say, you need audience members. So do you have like a subscription group, or like how do I get invited to follow what
On YouTube.
you're doing?
Yeah. If you want to send your information to Adrienne, and she can forward it to me, and I'll.
Okay.
And but anyway, either you can subscribe on YouTube to the Lounge of Sound,
Wow.
or also loscastromusic.com. Let me see if I can put the website.
In the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see if I can. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Where am I? There I am. loscastromusic.com. It all started as a joke, believe it or not, by My wife is
Oh,
like, God, babe, you're shameless self promotion.
it's
And I used to tell her, who, me? Lowe's at
th-
lowescastlemusic.com? Never. And then my friend goes, dude, that is the funniest joke. Have you ever Googled it? And I was like, no. So I Googled it and it was available. So I went lowescastlemusic.com.
It
so,
worked.
yeah. So let me see
It's nice.
shows.
Okay, thank you both.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and subscribe there, but either way, if we go Zoom or whatever, you'll be there. So is there anybody else that had a question there? Because I was also going to show, I wanted to show you guys a couple of events that are coming up. Adrian, did you have a
there it is.
reminder?
Thank you. No, sorry, I had muted myself and then I couldn't get unmuted. I'm like, oh,
Okay, so I'm going to show you guys, hopefully I can bring up a couple of events. SDM, let's see, here we go. I'm going to share SDM. This is one of the events. Let's see. Can you guys see that?
yes.
If you want to go ahead and take a screenshot of that, SDM Productions. Lady Mo is our host, one of my co-hosts tonight. And she's got Clarence Lee and Lone Wolf, who've both been on the show. In fact, Lady Mo has been on the show. If you guys want to see what she does as an event planner, you can find out. She puts together all-star rosters. These are people that have been truly vetted. In fact, they don't come on Lounge and Sound unless they have some kind of a presence and or are practicing their art. So everybody here is accomplished, and they're a compliment to the team. So all the information is there. Zelle, sdmplanning1@gmail.com is how you can donate, or you can also contact her there at sdm1planning1@gmail.com. And the event is Saturday, September 6th, 2025. There's your times. All the information is at 708-620-3186. Excelente. And then, let me see if I can show you who is our next. Oh, I guess I don't have it. I'm going to have to. Was there anything else, Adrian, that you wanted me to remember, or any reminders? I hope I am getting everything. Any events that we want to talk about?
Okay, so
Oh, muted yourself.
okay, I was trying to probably unmute at the same time. Oh, because my husband was using the
Mm-hmm.
microwave, so I'm like,
Oh,
oops, let me mute.
okay. Real.
Okay, I have, oh, well, this event has occurred, so don't have to mention that now. I am putting a collection together, which I thought would be published before this event, but it is now going to be on the 25th of this month. So it is called Conversations Over Water. And it is a new collection. And some of the things that I read here, there's probably going to be about 25 poems there. So it is, a pre-order is available on my website. If you're interested, it's on the homepage of the website there. So
Okay,
that's the
so we
main
put the
thing.
website earlier, right? That's the same
Yes,
website, right?
same website. And just have to look there as events come up because there are a number of things coming up. I have something that is in the works for women entrepreneurs with cocoa weaponry. So we're working on a lot of different projects. So I am busy in the creative mode right now.
I guess
Yeah,
so. Yeah.
definitely, definitely. Hey, hey.
Well, I had downloaded. Tim Schuford is going to be our guest coming at the in 2 weeks. For some reason, it did not download it, but yeah, for some reason it didn't download it right now. So, and I'm not
Oh,
gonna take up much more of your time. But Tim Schuford, incredible singer. If you like Luther Vandross and other classic crooners, he has a very warm voice, and he is just an engaging, funny, happy, warm. Just like we like people, right? It's in the middle of summer. We need another warm body. Just kidding. Anyway, he takes care of his wife too, so he's a fellow caregiver, and so we love to hear from our friends that are teachers, poet, caregivers, musicians. If you would like to be featured on this show, hopefully our technology will be working. Please reach out to me, Los at loscastlemusic.com. Shameless plug right there. Los at loscastlemusic.com. Please make contact with me, and we would love to have you. If you can, please send me a little of what you do. And we are constantly featuring people like Adrian Lijoma, a.k.a. Jess Von Wrights, and we've had several of you folks, so I'm really, really grateful. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us, Adrian.
Yeah, I
And
appreciate it.
shout out to your kids that helped us out with your technology.
Thank you, thank you. Jonas said, yeah.
Jonas, yeah. Yeah, you can pay me in cookies, Mom.
Yeah, right. He's already had that.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
great job. Hey, CJ's in the house. We love our
Hey,
artists.
CJ, Alabama.
Love the guy. Love the guy. He's
Thank you. I
my
appreciate
little
you.
bro. My big little bro. Anyway, we look forward to seeing you guys in 2 weeks. We've got Tim Shuford. If you like Luther Vandross and other wonderful crooners like that, hey, they're going to put me to work. See us
All
here
right.
in 2 weeks. And now I'm going to go. We're going to stop recording, and
All right.
and then we'll open it if anybody wants to say hi. Where's the